What's up, man? The gangster's fucking back. Where the fucking sword at, nigga? Where the sword at? Give me half a second. All right. So, you want to be the king. You want to be the top dog. You want to be the top G. You want to be that guy. Well, here's the fucking way. This is how you do it. Don't talk as much. Think 10 times as much. And be decisive with every move you make. That's the pathway to the king. Let me tell you what the pathway to the king is. See, a lot of people get this shit fucking twisted. They think the king is some easy ass job. Because I get to be the ruler, I get all the bitches, I get all the money, I get all this other bullshit. But here's the real fucking facts in the matter. You don't get mistakes when you're the top dog. Mistakes are costly. Very costly. Maybe your life, your children's life, your country's life, the people you love's lives, your well-being, the money, all that shit can all go away because you did some stupid shit that didn't make any sense because you didn't think it through. And the words of a king are very powerful. See, that's why kings don't talk much. They have other people talk for them because when that king talks, it's official. What you say, what comes out of your fucking mouth is now law. So if you just going around saying stupid shit, acting like a commoner, guess what? You're going to get treated like a common king or a commoner. Nobody's going to respect your authority and you're going to start getting tested. That's why you got to learn as a human being or a man, shut the fuck up and just listen. Speak when spoken to. Ask questions. Try to give as little information as possible. Unless you are being asked for your specific thoughts, ideas by somebody who's either paying you or a dearly loved one. That's what I'm learning in life. See, so often I see with these young motherfuckers, they're always trying to tell me shit. And I'll just sit there and listen. I'll listen. Okay. Now ask a question. And then they'll keep going. And I'm like, okay, this nigga's an idiot. And so now I know I can write you off. And that's how old people look at other people. Like I was in the gym the other day. And it was an older guy. And he was talking. And he just kept blabbing. And I'm like, Jesus Christ, you're 60-something years old, 50-something years old, and you still talk like you're a teenager. Why are you telling me stories from 1973 that got nothing to do with anything? Like, I don't understand why you told me any of this shit. I'm just confused. I'm looking like, okay, well, I can write you off and never talk to you again. So even though I spent maybe 10 minutes or 15 minutes of my life listening to some shit that didn't matter, I now know when I see this individual to ignore him because he does not talk about shit. And that was the cost of him talking so much. And that's what a lot of people don't understand. When you're talking to people, the cost of you talking a bunch and not making sense and people not wanting to hear it means that they're not going to deal with you anymore. It's cut and plain, that simple. So shut the fuck up. You don't need to be talking so much. Don't talk so much. But here's the thing. Think a lot. Observe and be constantly thinking and calculating. That's the thing. Man is made to think. Man's entire identity is known as problem solving, tool using, sapien. That's pretty much what we are. So you need to have a tool set and you need to be able to think. And the first tool that any man is given out the fucking gate is your hands and your mind. And then as you start to acquire wealth, you can then acquire other tools. That's why I would take a sword when I go out into the world, because it's more of a metaphor that I'm bringing my tools with me. My sword, like back in the day, a sword was like that was your livelihood. Like a sword was the thing that kept you alive. That was your only means of everything. You can stop people from robbing you. You can go help people. You can go fight. The sword was the ruler of all things. Because the sword was an indicator of your brain. How well do you think? And that's why I wish we can go back to sword fighting. Like there's nothing wrong with guns. Like guns are all right. But sword play, it took a different level of strategy, courage, and all other types of shit because you had to be a thinking person. You had to meet somebody in the battlefield. You had to be squared up with them. It took courage to fight. And then you have to have the physical as long with the mental to be able to intertwine with your weaponry. That's deep shit, man, metaphorically. So whenever I go out my house, I bring my sword with me as a metaphorical indicator. Like I'm going out to battle to go fight the world to be the best I can fucking be. And come back home with my fucking shield and my sword. And so what I'm trying to explain to motherfuckers is, as a man, you need to have yourself a tool set, man. You gotta bring your mind, and you gotta get you some tools and understand how to use those tools to solve problems. And that's all the game is, man. Figure out how to solve problems and what tools are required for you to solve said problems. Like when I mount TVs on my side. And what I found from mounting TVs is the more tools I bought, the better and faster and more efficient my jobs got and the cleaner the jobs got. So I bought all, like when I first started, I was trying to just be cheap. And that cheapness costs you. Because cheapness always costs you opportunity in the long run. So now I got all the fucking necessary tools to make sure every single aspect of the job is done precisely correctly so I don't fuck around with anything else. And what I found is I get paid more, people are happier, I get higher tips, more referrals, and more dough in my fucking pocket and less stress. Because I took the time to invest in tools and taught my brain how to fucking use these tools. And that's the secret, man. That's it. That's the fucking game. Stop fucking going around trying to just do shit all the time and sit down, analyze different problems, find problems in the world. Instead of just doing shit, go find problems. What needs to be done in the world, and then figure out what tools are required to get said problems completed. So say, for example, houses need electricity. So if people need to work on electricity, what do you need to do? Okay, let me see. I need to go learn how to do electricity shit so I can be able to solve that problem for so many people. That's how I came upon electricity and handyman shit. I'm noticing people need help with different tasks that are very risky. So if I learn how to do said tasks that are risky, like mounting TVs, electrical work, moving shit, putting furniture together, I will then receive compensation that is equal to how difficult the task is according to my leverage and time and my efficiency. Bam. So now, okay, I understand that's the problem that needs to be solved. What tools do I need to solve this problem? Okay, well, I need a hammer, wrench, drill, blah, 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 blah. Acquire those tools. Now I'm in a position where I can leverage my time and energy to get said problem done in the quickest and fastest method possible, which ensures the safety of me and everybody else involved. And that's how I fucking came upon being a handy guy. See, but most motherfuckers never actually understand that game, and they continue doing the same stupid shit. That's why I tell people, like, the office job, there's nothing wrong with it. Like, there's no problem with being in the office, but the problem is you have to there's not many problems to solve. Like, unless you're working in cybersecurity or like networking, where you're putting people's computers together, you make sure the internet is up. Outside of that, for real, most office jobs, like, you're fucking replaceable. Nobody really needs you. You're not really solving much problems that a computer or a dumb person can't solve. Like, really. That's why it's so hard to get those jobs, because there's fucking 1,000 people trying to do the same bullshit that's easy and lazy for people to do. And that's why people are constantly out of work. And that's why the office is a terrible place for a young man, because you're basically just setting yourself up for failure because you become an office cubicle nigga. You know what happened to office cubicle niggas? They get old quickly because you're not getting trained into solving new shit. Your work is the same every day. And 95% of it is just you bullshit. You're just trying to figure out, how do I waste 8 hours? Because how much can you really work in an office for 8 hours? Like, really though, everybody who has had an office job for a salary, some shit, really think about it. Out of that time, how much are you actually working? Because I know for a fact, nigga, my job maybe took an hour to do. An hour. And the rest of the time, I was just doing self-development, self-improvement work. Like reading books, playing chess. I would knock out everything I needed to do to be successful for that day within an hour to an hour and a half. If that. If fucking that. Write some emails, call some people, respond back, develop some programs, and then wait for kids to come by. The only time I was actually really doing work was when kids would come by. Outside of that, I wasn't doing shit. I was just kind of walking around seeing how I can waste 8 hours. And that's the problem. These office jobs are teaching you how to waste your time. That's the fucking issue. That's a fucking issue. You're not going to understand that until you get much older and you start to realize how much of your life you wasted sitting in the goddamn office. I'm telling folks, people don't understand. Especially as young men, you're setting yourself up for failure big time by staying in the goddamn office. You need to be working to see progress in the physical realm of the existence. That's the problem with this fucking internet shit. All these niggas is lazy. Everybody's trying to get the title that sounds good, but in reality, that title's fucking you in the long run. Fuck titles, nigga. Show me production. Show me work. What are you doing in the physical realm that I can look at? And that's what the gang is about. But anyway, I have to say, as a man, if you want to become a king, acquire tools. Well, no, the first thing, understand your mind is the greatest tool you have available to you. So that thing needs to be sharp as shit at all times. Figure out how to train your mind to see opportunity, to see what other people can't see. And then once you get that done, find problems. You have to identify problems. Man is made to solve problems. That is your fucking gift on this goddamn planet. We wanted food. Guess what we started doing? We started farming. We wanted power. Guess what we started doing? We started building dams. We started building electricity. I mean, not building electricity, but we started learning how to harness electricity, oils, gases, because we knew we needed power to be able to do more shit. We want to be able to communicate with people. We built the internet. Man has been solving problems since the fucking dawn of time. We wanted shelter. We got tired of fucking living in caves. So we built houses. We wanted better houses, so we built a foundation. We learned how to cut wood. We learned how to we keep advancing, solving problems that the previous generation has built for us to pretty much solve. And that's the game of humanity. It's a constant game of evolving problems because as we develop more technology, that technology has byproducts, and byproducts usually have some type of negative effect. Those negative effects need to be solved. And to solve said problems, we need new technology to develop so the humans of today can solve that past shit so we can advance further. And that's the fucking game. So your God-gifted ability is the ability to solve problems. If you ain't solving problems or somebody's just telling you what to do, you're doomed. I'm sorry to tell you, you're doomed. You're doomed. Like straight up. You ain't got no chance. If somebody has to tell you what to do every day, instead of telling you, hey, here's the problem, can you figure this out for me? You are fucked. I hate to tell you, son. So get out there, start thinking. This is why math and critical reading comprehension is fucking so important, because without math and reading comprehension, you can't solve shit. You're gonna be stuck in the same. You're gonna be stuck in the same thing. And smart guys like me, bad guys like me, have to send you off to go do shit because we have to think for you, like a fucking child. But anyway, sharpen the mind, find problems, find the tools, get out there and go do the fucking work. That's all it is, man. It's your boy, Cyber Gangster.